All right, man. All right. Here we are. Teacher Henrique, how are you?
Breno, I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm amazing. And I have just awesome expectations for this conversation?
Thanks for having me here tonight with you. It's been a pleasure
Man,
knowing you so far, and it's also a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Thank you.
it goes both ways, man. Be cool. And let me ask you something. How many groups did you get this semester?
Breno, I'm currently with six groups, yeah, including some preps.
All right,
Um, there are some, there are actually two preps, linguist skill prep groups,
cool.
and I got also four regular groups, you know,
All right.
and it's been great. It's been great.
Awesome, awesome.
I think I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky to have like six great groups.
Totally, totally, man. I've seen some teachers that had around seven, around eight,
Mhm.
and that's just crazy?
There are there are there are teachers with 10, 11 groups.
Damn, damn, damn.
Yeah, can you
Which
imagine that?
I can, but I don't want to be in their shoes. All right, man. Let me
Yeah.
ask you another thing.
Hmm.
If you were to introduce yourself to other people regarding your professional experience and your qualifications, what would you say? How would you introduce yourself to people? Oh, I'm a teacher. I do this, I do that. That's what I do. What would you say?
Well, I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years now, and I had some qualifications. I'm still studying. This is what I always say to my fellow teachers and my friends. It has a
Oh,
beginning, but it doesn't have an end. Yeah, when
oh,
it comes to learning, studying, teaching, developing your skills, your personal skills, your classroom skills. So that's how life has been to me, right? Yeah, it's been great.
amazing, man, amazing. And you reminded me of something.
Hmm.
I was reading Karnow's posts lately,
Hmm.
and he said that the learning journey is a stair. It's not a
Hmm.
pole, you know? So it's
Yeah,
not,
sure.
there's not a final destination and that
Yeah.
now you are just the perfect being or and all that. There's not. It's a
Hmm.
stair. It doesn't matter how old we are and
Hmm.
how many years of experience we have,
Hmm.
right?
As soon as we live, as soon as we are here, yeah, we always have something to learn.
Always, always, always until the last
Okay.
breath.
Hmm.
Man,
Would you
um,
like me to talk about my qualifications now, or it's
if you want
fine?
to, but we're gonna have a question especially
A
for that.
question, but okay, okay, good.
You know?
Mhm.
Now, man,
Sure.
when or how did your relationship with the English language start?
Oh man, it's been long years so far, and it all started obviously when I was at school. So I studied in a private school here, and I had the first contact which I didn't like it at first
I
with
see.
English. For me, it was difficult, and I couldn't understand anything, like almost anything. But as soon as as my dad enrolled me in an English course, so in an English private school here, I started to open my eyes when it comes to English. I started to learn in a more, like, say, immersive environment.
Awesome.
So I started to enjoy to see the world with different eyes. Okay, and I realized how the world works, somehow works, right?
So,
And that's when I started to enjoy English. So I was 13 years old. Yeah, in
awesome.
1999. So it's been
I
like
see.
24 years.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
and it's been crazy so far. So it's like a journey. Yeah, started in the past, and I'm still studying and learning every single day. I learn new things. People say, "Hey, it's been 24 years. Do you still have something to learn and say, come on, I learn every day? Yeah, I learn
Exactly.
expressions because language is the living system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's always changing. Doesn't matter how you, it's not enough. It's not enough. As much as you study, as much as you observe, as much as you analyze the language, there is always room for improvement. That's what I like.
Exactly. Exactly. Amazing. It's so relatable, man. It's so relatable to hear
Mhm.
you saying that. And I gotta tell you, every day I'm using Cambridge Dictionary and word reference every day,
It's
every
part
day.
of our job. It's
It
part of our
is.
job.
It is.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but there are some words that I need to check the pronunciation. Not exactly. The meaning again. Man,
Hmm.
some words I know, I've heard them, I wrote their meaning, but
Hmm.
there are some situations that I can't remember. I
It's
don't know
not
about
only
you.
about meaning. Yeah, it's not only about meaning, but also about pronunciation. Pronunciation is key. And sometimes when we are exposed to students pronouncing words and specific sounds in English, we absorb it. I mean, in a wrong way, right? So it becomes part of us. Sometimes we don't realize that we are pronouncing it in a wrong way. So we need
Yeah,
to, okay, let me check this word again. Is it really like this? Okay, so we sometimes are doing it. It's part of our job. It's part of our profession. Yeah,
totally, totally,
that's
totally.
it.
And man, let me see. What's your favorite kind of activity?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Tell us.
Um, I like all of them, I'd say, but I think speaking activities,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
I
our
love
favorite.
them. Even though
Amazing.
we don't have them like completely designed in course book,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have to adapt and then we have to elaborate them and create and add things here and there in order to create a complete 100% speaking activity. I think the only chance I have to have a complete 100% speaking activity is in the extra activities that we have.
I
So we
see.
have like 1 hour of teaching, so we can design, we can elaborate, we can create
Exactly.
things,
Yeah.
and this is the only way like we can create 100% speaking task, like speaking activity for the student. Okay,
Exactly.
because in the course book we only have like comment, like follow up question concerning a listening previous worked, like listening or reading. So comment about this listening passage, comment about this reading passage. And then they have some 3, 4 questions depending on the level, right?
Right.
And it's not a speaking task. It's not a speaking activity, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know that it requires a lots of things, yeah, when it comes
Exactly.
to speaking. So my favorite is speaking. Whenever I have the chance, I'll do it. Okay, I can adapt in the course book some speaking activities. So there are some tasks that we can um, motivate our students, engage them to speak for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, if possible. At
Exactly.
the end of it, they feel like grateful when they do it because they spoke, they used the language, yeah, they produced, so
Yeah.
we feel happy.
Yeah. Exactly. When you are satisfied and they are as well, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Perfect
Right?
scenario.
And let me ask you another one, man. What's your least favorite activity?
Oh man, I mentioned that I like everything, but I think reading
Hmm,
is the one that I like the least. Uh,
you're right.
due to the time we have available,
Yeah.
yeah, we must we must hurry somehow. We must be fast.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, since we work with sport books, there is a schedule. Yeah, we must follow a schedule. We must follow the time, the routine. We must follow everything there, like schedule. And the teachers are used to set a reading task, a reading activity as homework.
Yeah, exactly.
How are you testing your students' reading? So again, it reminds us of the extra activities. So the extra activities are great ways, right, to really have a reading task, reading activity. So that's it. But I'd say reading because of the time. We don't have much time to work on reading in class.
Exactly, man. And I can only remember the students that are not that strong, in that specific that specific group, and that's
True.
the thing. That's the thing, right? And we need to prevent lots of problems before we teach a reading lesson. So
Yeah, we can also include the fast readers, the slow readers. There are people who read fast, people who read fast but they don't understand. I think reading is a L1 problem. It's Portuguese problem as well, unfortunately.
yeah, you're right. That's amazing. Even to
This is the way I
realize.
see it.
Oh, you're right, man. I agree with you. And I didn't see it that way before. And let me ask you, all right, how how would you define a teacher's job? You know, what is being a teacher, man?
Uh, what can you repeat the question again?
Of course, of course. How would you define a teacher's job? You know?
Okay, I got it. How would I define a teacher's job?
Exactly.
Man, in essence, in my opinion, a teacher's job is to basically empower students
I see.
with knowledge. Yeah, first of all, knowledge, skills, abilities. We can also make them feel confident to become independent thinkers. I like to use this word, right?
Amazing, amazing.
Uh-huh. And also, when it comes to be a citizen, responsible citizen, lifelong learners as well. Yeah. It's a profession, Bruno, that requires passion, dedication, love, adaptability. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to answer this question. A genuine commitment to the success of the student, well-being of every student. This is how I see what requires to be a teacher.
I see, man. I see. I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting this answer. You know,
Mhm.
that's what's so cool and necessary about this conversation.
It's kind of deep, right? It has a love relation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not only it's not only about the incomes, the earnings, how much do you make a month. No, it is important. Definitely, it is important. But there is something more. There is something beyond this. You know,
exactly.
this is what I see. I've been teaching for 7 years now, so this is what I really feel
You're right,
nowadays.
man. You're
I
right.
wasn't aware in the beginning. I wasn't aware of this. But
Yeah,
now with maturity, I'm 36 years old now, have a family, kids. So it's not only about money. It's not only about, okay, let's do this now. Okay, follow my tips, follow my rules, and do it. No, it's bigger. It's bigger than this.
it is, man. It is, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit more later.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
let me see, man. I like this question here, and you can take your
mhm.
time to think. All right, which is,
Okay, let's do it.
could you tell us about one or two special, meaningful moments inside or outside the classroom?
Oh, let me think. Oh, I think a special moment in classroom, inside a classroom, is the moment when the student produce, they use the target language in a good way, in a correct way.
I see.
Fortunately, I've been experiencing this in every lesson I teach, in every class I have.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
every class is like a special moment for me because I can see the students'
Cool.
production. I can see them doing it. So I feel good
Cool. Cool.
because
Cool.
of this. I feel good because of them, because
Awesome.
they like equally feel good. And
Awesome.
outside, yeah, I recently experienced a situation in which a student saw me on the street and say, "Hey, teacher Henrique, um, it's been like some years since I saw him." And then he said, he talked to me in Portuguese, and he said, "Hey, teacher." I said, "Hello." I didn't recognize it, unfortunately, because it's like something that we teachers have this problem. I don't know you, but I do have this problem. I didn't recognize some old students,
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
there are lots of, so I said,
Yeah.
I greet him, hello, hello, how are you? And then he said, teacher, long time no see. And I said, I remember that expression you taught me a few years ago. I felt amazed. I thought, oh, that's fantastic that you remembered. And we started talking.
It's amazing, man. And I gotta tell you, I haven't taught for that many years that I won't remember a student's face, you know? At least the face,
Okay.
if they didn't change that much, all right?
Yeah,
But
I think
their
you have a good memory.
names, I'm sorry,
I think you have a good memory.
maybe, but I gotta tell you, their names, oh man, come on.
Yeah, names
If
are
it's,
terrible. I don't like names.
if it's been 3 years, 4 years, please don't expect me to remember every single name. I'm
See?
sorry, because it's
See?
crazy. It's crazy inside here, you know?
You are getting the hang of it. You are seeing how it works.
Exactly. And before
Just
we go to
wait. Just wait.
and just before we go to the next one, man, you said
Uh-huh.
something that what's so satisfactory to you is when you see that the learners learned what you taught them, you know?
Mhm.
So thinking about that, man, it's so cool because being a teacher or being comfortable about being a teacher, it's not about look at me, I'm a cool teacher. It's all about look at how you guys developed. That's amazing. That's the focus. That's the point.
That's it.
It's not about me. It's not about my years of
Mhm.
experience. It's not about, all that. So
Mhm.
it's amazing because our job is, I, I wouldn't say something like a pressure. I wouldn't put a word like that, but I gotta tell you,
Mhm.
it's incredibly related to the students' performances and development and, you know, their
Sure.
transformation regarding the
Mhm.
beginning and the end of the course. So
Mhm.
it's amazing. It's not about us. It never
It's not
was.
about us. It never was. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So true.
And man,
Wise words.
nah, nah. Let me ask you another one, which is pretty
Mhm.
much the opposite of the first one, man. It's
Okay.
like, it's like, could you tell us about one or two regretful decisions that you made
Oh,
inside or outside of the classroom?
I can only think of inside classroom. I think I stepped in the classroom without planning, without knowing what I was doing in the beginning.
I see.
This is the most like regretful moment I can think of now.
I see.
Um, it was completely different from what we can call a class.
I see. I see. I see. I see.
Luckily the students, they were fine. They were understandable. It was the beginning of it, and I think it happened here and then with teachers. Um, but yeah, I do regret what I did in the past, especially about this. Like this is the most regretful.
I see, man.
But outside the classroom, I don't know. You mean when it comes to teaching
Yeah,
outside?
yeah. Because we know that at times we need to call the students, we need to call their parents, and at
Mm,
times we need to have conversations with them outside
mm,
of the classroom, you know. So,
so,
have you ever approached a student or a parent in a way that you were like, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that?
oh, no, Bruno. I always think of my words, think of what I'm going to say, and yeah, planning. Since I had this experience before, so bad experience of not planning was what I was about to do. I learned the lesson, so I planned everything. Yeah, even in the feedback moments, even when I have to talk to parents, relatives, it never happened to me.
Awesome, 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 man. Man, let's go to the next one. And all right, I love this one, man, because I have something to share as well. But let me hear it from you. What's one technique, insight, or realization that you had regarding teaching that changed the way you teach and plan lessons?
Oh, great question.
Thank you.
Um, I think that now I give more importance to the anticipated problem.
I'm sorry,
Um,
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
uh, the, uh, the anticipated problem
All
in the
right,
lesson plan.
right.
Yeah, so there are some techniques that we can use when it comes to anticipated problems because things can easily go wrong, right?
Yeah,
So how are you going to approach? How are you going to solve the problem? So I think this technique has changed the way I teach. Um,
I see.
and also considering this as an important part of my class, of my lesson,
All right,
right?
all right.
And I think this is why actually this is what I consider like the most important insight and technique, like when it comes to see what can go wrong and what can I do to solve it. Okay.
Awesome. You're right. And let me tell you, man. To
Do you have
me,
another example?
yeah, man, I gotta tell you, to me, the biggest realization was when I was reading a little bit more about the COT, you know, about his approach, communicative one. And then
Mhm.
when I plan a lesson, every time I'm asking myself, is it clear the linguistic function that we're working here? Is it clear that we're not using the simple
Mhm.
past because they need to learn the simple past? Actually, we are using the simple past because the linguistic function is mentioning past experiences,
Mhm.
remembering past experiences. They need to know every time at all moments
Mhm.
that we are doing this because there is a linguistic function behind it. There is
Great.
a communicative aspect that we are
A
working with.
function.
Exactly, exactly. That we are working here and building and everything else. So they
That's
need to
why,
know that.
sure, that's why you have to be clear, not only to you, but also to the students, like the communicative goals of the lesson and
Exactly.
also the enabling goals. You mentioned both, like the enabling goals. Okay, simple past. Okay, are you going to talk about a story? Are you going to talk about your last trip? So this is the communicative goal of the lesson. So you must make it clear. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you can also include the communicative goals in your accountability phase of your lesson. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
the students they become aware of what they saw, of what they learned, of what they practiced, of what they produced. So
Exactly.
it's amazing.
Exactly. And there's a thing, man, just before we go to the next one, which is especially adults. Adults want to get in the course and they want to tell you, I want to do
Mhm.
this in around 2 months or 3 months and everything. But they don't realize that they don't have the theoretical background about teaching. They don't realize in which step of the ladder they are regarding the CEFR. So
Mhm.
it's like they didn't study it to know how it works,
Mhm.
and they want to choose what they are going to do and when and how, but they didn't study. They do not know how it works that much, and they want to
Mhm.
choose what they're gonna do, what they're not gonna do, how, when, the duration, and all that. So that's what we need to let them know and acknowledge
Mhm.
that we're
Sure.
doing this because of that. Today,
Mhm.
we're learning this. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
we're going to learn that. And
Mhm.
considering today and
Yesterday,
tomorrow,
yesterday we learned this. So you should also
yes,
remind them. Yeah.
yes, yes. So that's the plan.
Mhm.
That's what we're going to learn in this specific period of time.
Mhm.
And yeah, I ask myself a lot this, and if I made it clear to them why we are doing this,
Mhm.
But all
Sure.
right,
Totally. Totally agree.
man. About the next one, ooh, man, I expected to talk to you about this, man.
Mhm.
This one, the question is qualifications. Are
Oh
they, are they the most important assets of a teacher?
man, that's a great question. Let me, Breno, as I see it, qualifications are good. They're there, they exist. They are they're there to like as a base of your teaching method, teaching techniques. Yeah, you can learn lots of things from the qualifications you have. Yeah, and everything. Yeah,
Right.
but there is something more beyond qualification.
Yeah, man.
As I see it, like
You're right.
human, human. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
this is something I mentioned before, like love, passion, empathy. I
Mhm.
think it comes first, and qualification come behind of it. You know,
Right. You're right.
so because I can be the most qualified teacher, I can be the most qualified teacher in town, in the state, in the country.
Mhm.
But if I'm not empathetic, if I'm not caring, if I don't have passion, if I don't have love in my class, if I treat my students as pawns in chess, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, what about the qualification? Where are your qualifications here? You
Exactly.
are not human.
Exactly.
So I'm tired of seeing people like this, cold,
Exactly. Exactly.
egocentric, greedy.
Exactly. Exactly, man. You're completely
You know,
right. You got the words out of my
um,
mouth.
there's a word I hate: arrogant. Arrogant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know everything
Yeah.
in my shoes. Like, okay, I know everything. Okay, you are qualified. Congrats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When it comes to be a human, yeah, meh.
Exactly, man. Exactly,
So this is how I feel when it comes to qualifications. Okay, of course
man.
you have to have them, but are you a good human being? You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly, man. I relate to this idea in so many levels. In so many
Hmm.
levels. And I gotta tell you something, man. what's so magic about teaching and about what teachers say is that they do not know how or when they're going to say simple words, just a few sentences that will be stuck with a student forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you one of these experiences, man, because to me, it answers this question about is are qualifications the most important assets of being a teacher? Man, let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you. When I was having a class with Derek and other teachers, we were learning about how to teach young learners, you know? And
Sure.
Derek taught us that young learners just learn from teachers that they like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And after
Mm-hmm.
that, he said, at the end of the day, the learners are not going to remember the rules of the simple past, but they are going to remember for sure the way that you treated them.
Yeah.
You know? So when I stopped to
So
think,
true.
when I stopped to think about it, man, about those students that you said that sometimes you don't remember their faces or their names,
Mm-hmm.
man,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that those students do not remember the rules that you taught them. Maybe they do not remember, but I'm pretty sure that they remember how you acted in the classroom, how you treated them, the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that you had with them, and
The
one of the
laughs.
conversations, the laughs, exactly. So, man,
Mm-hmm.
when I stop to think about that, at the end of the day, they're not going to remember the rules, but for sure they're going to remember how you treated them. I realized that this is the most important thing, you know. That's what's gonna last, you know.
For sure.
And so when I realized that, man,
Mm-hmm.
I was so
Everything
relieved.
changed, right?
Yeah, yeah, I was so relieved and motivated, because
Mm-hmm.
I know that's priority to me. The way I treat
Mm-hmm.
students, the way I treat their parents and everything else, that's priority to me. And at times we're gonna have to say, all right, due to this situation right now, maybe
Mm-hmm.
the lesson that I planned today, it's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe someone is
Mm-hmm.
crying, maybe we had a fight here, maybe something else happened, and the knowledge, the technical aspect of it is gonna have to wait, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when I realized that, man, I don't put qualifications in the top when we're talking about
On
teachers,
on the top. Yeah.
you know? So
Sure. Totally agree.
man, that's it. And we have another one. All right, that's pretty personal, and you can take your
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, who are the artists, content creators, and authors that you're constantly going back to?
But there are some authors um, when it comes to both teaching and language learning that I refer to. Right? I have this. Yeah, I brought the book here to our meeting. Yeah, I don't know if you know him. This is I don't know if you can
Scrivener?
see.
Is it the Scrivener?
No, it's Martin Perrault.
All right.
He's
Oh,
a grammar for English language teachers. So it's grammar for teachers.
I see.
So
I see.
you can base your grammatical lessons and activities. So you have a good base here. I like
Cool.
this guy,
Awesome.
Martin Perros.
All right.
He's great. Um, there is also some Brazilian um, authors. We have Sérgio Pantoja, Luiz Otávio Barro. He's great. We have okay, the most famous one, I'd say, Gary Harmer. Do you know him?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Harmer is like in one of a kind author. He has like so many books, and when it comes to teaching, like the Sota course is based on his like ideas and based on his experiences, like the things he mentions, he teaches, and great. About
Awesome.
content creators, there are some YouTube channels that I like. I don't know if you know the English Like a Native.
No. Oh,
It's
maybe I heard of. Is it a woman teacher?
it's yeah, she's British,
All right. Maybe
and
I heard about her. I don't
it's
remember.
mainly about vo vocabulary and some specific points of language. She creates videos and she posts,
Awesome. Awesome.
and that's it.
Awesome. And
Um,
sorry,
I
let me
can
tell you,
remember them.
it's all right. And I'm sorry for interrupting, but I gotta tell you, if you want to say something about channels or even Instagram profiles or anything that you
Mm,
follow, that you consume that are not related to teaching, and even
mhm.
authors, even artists that do not have anything
Oh,
related to teaching, but
oh, okay, got it.
inspire you and you
Got
like,
it.
you can tell us. No,
Okay, I thought it was only about teaching and language learning.
no, no,
That's fine.
it's cool.
Okay, artists. Yeah, I'm an old school guy. I like rock and roll, the old rock and roll.
Cool, cool,
So I
cool.
like the rock bands. Yeah, so
All
I
right,
listen to them. I
all
think
right,
I'd say every day I listen to some rock music.
amazing.
And yeah, I can mention like few bands if you want, like Iron Maiden, Red Hot Chili Peppers, those classic ones,
I
right?
see, I see,
AC/DC and some
I
others
see,
that I like.
I see. And do you follow content creators like YouTubers or Instagrammers or TikTokers or
Yeah.
something like that?
No,
Yeah,
I don't have TikTok. I don't have Why. Is it correct pronunciation? Kwai, I think.
yeah,
Kwai.
I think it is, man. I don't have it either. So, you
In Instagram, there are some that I follow, but I can't remember them right now. But I follow some content creators, not only about teaching, but also about like singers. Oh, I like a guy. I discovered him 2 years ago. He plays like folk music.
I
He's from
see.
Texas, like
Awesome.
Luke Combs. I don't know if you know him. Luke Combs. He's great. He has a great voice. He plays so well,
All
like
right.
folk music. Yeah,
All right.
and this is what I'm listening the most recently. I've been listening him a lot.
Cool, 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 cool. And man, let me see. What do you do in your free time?
Oh, when I'm free, I like staying with my family. I mean, traveling with them. You know, taking a road trip. I
Cool,
like
cool, cool.
driving. I like driving and stay with my family. I watch
Awesome.
YouTube. I watch. Recently, I'm not having enough time to watch like series and movies like that, like as the way I would like to. But I think mostly YouTube videos. Yeah, there are some channels that I follow, subscribed, and then I watch them a lot. This is all what I basically do in my free time.
Awesome, 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 man. And let me see. All right. We're almost getting to the audience questions.
Let's
And
go.
let me ask you this one. How do you expose yourself to the language outside of the classroom?
Oh, I mentioned a few. Watching YouTube videos, teaching. Oh, outside. Okay, outside the classroom.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I let music
All right.
and watching. Music and watching. I think yeah, these are the ones I expose myself a lot.
Awesome. And I can relate to that, man. We do the same.
Hmm.
And all
Hmm.
right, we have this one. Have you ever gone to another country? If not, which one would you like to go to?
I've never been to another country. I've never been abroad,
I see.
and but I think I'd like to visit one day England. It would be my first destination, England.
Cool, cool.
Second, I'd say the USA because of everything. it it has in terms of culture and yeah,
Makes
yeah, I think these ones, yeah, but Europe mostly, like mainly Europe, England, Ireland, um, Scotland. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Man,
You feel the
I got
cold breeze.
yeah, exactly. And I gotta tell you, I would love to visit England, man, because I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. And there is
Nice.
I was trying to remember, a Sherlock Holmes museum. There is a Sherlock Holmes museum in
Oh, nice.
so I would love to visit, man, because I love to watch the old TV show, the TV show that was wearing in the 70s, in the 80s,
Hmm.
and it's amazing.
Mm.
The quality is just
Oh,
amazing, and I would love to see
awesome.
some of these things in England. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you will have the chance to be there one
I hope so, man. I hope so. And man, now we have the audience questions. You're almost ending. But
day.
let me tell you, the first one was that this question came from Instagram and it was from Pedro Emanuel, one of my
Okay.
students.
Hi,
And
Pedro.
yeah, and he asked you, man, what inspired you to learn a new language?
Oh, good question, Pedro. What inspired me? I think to have a bigger perspective of the world. This is what inspired me.
Amazing.
To see the world as a bigger place, right?
Cool.
And to get in contact with different cultures and see and to know, to realize what they're saying, they're speaking, they're sharing. This is what inspired me the most.
Amazing. Man, I would answer curiosity, but all right, I like
Mm.
your answer better. All right,
Curiosity, yes.
you know, but at another
Yeah.
moment, I can tell about it. I can say something about it. But man, the next one, it came from Instagram as well. It's from Igor, one of my best friends, Igor.
Hello,
And
Igor.
yeah, and he asked you, man, what would you tell someone who wants to learn English from the start?
Oh, I'd say emphasize immersion.
Cool.
So I'd
Amazing.
say, yeah, give a proper time to expose yourself as much as possible to the language. This
Yeah,
is what I would say to someone who is starting out, beginner student, beginner learner. Okay.
yeah.
So immersion, exposure to the language as much as possible. Number
Amazing.
one.
Amazing. Amazing, man, amazing. And then we have one question from WhatsApp, which is from
Mm-hmm.
Roberta. Roberta asked you,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do differently regarding language learning if you knew the techniques that you know now?
Oh, can you repeat?
Yeah. What would you do differently regarding
Uh,
language learning if you knew the techniques that you know now?
oh man, what a question.
No, you know,
Who asked this one?
Roberta.
Roberta. Okay. Hi, Roberta. You give me the hardest question here. What would I do differently?
Yeah,
Number one, I mentioned before, I would emphasize immersion. I would expose myself a bit more.
I see.
I would also focus on authentic materials,
Hmm.
right? Instead of relying solely on exercises and grammar books and textbooks, right? I
Okay.
would seek out authentic material, you know, from native speakers.
Amazing, man.
Um, I would practice as well. I would practice speaking from the start.
Cool.
Although I'm a beginner, I would practice speaking since day one, right? I would try to find opportunity to speak whenever, whatever I am. Yeah, I would find groups. I don't know. Today we have internet, right? So the internet is here to you, so it's easier, right? Nowadays to learn, become a fluent speaker like easily, so it's easier.
Yeah,
That's it.
awesome tips.
Oh, I would also focus on chunks of language, on specific. I would try to find specific patterns of language, so it would be easier for me to learn.
Exactly. Sometimes we just see a whole sheet of paper full of words, and we are just
Mm-hmm.
afraid of start learning and start searching for the
Yeah.
meanings, their
Mm-hmm.
translations and all that. And we don't need to do that, not at
I have another
once.
one.
Can say,
I have another one. I would also adopt a growth mindset, like a
hmm,
development mindset.
hmm,
Yeah.
cool,
Um, I would approach language learning with a growth mindset, understanding that making mistakes is part of the process, it's part of the learning
totally,
process.
totally. Hmm.
Yeah. Embrace challenges and view setbacks like problems as opportunity to improve. So I would um, try to adopt a growth mindset.
Exactly, man, exactly. And man,
The
we
last but
have
not the least.
Yeah, and we have the last question, which is another question of mine. And man, if you could give an advice to an aspiring teacher, what will it be?
Mhm.
No?
Okay. Hiring teacher. I'd say embrace your passion. Yeah. Try to find the love you have when it comes to teaching. Yeah. And also continuously learn and grow. Since we mentioned before, it has a beginning, but it doesn't have an end. So
Exactly.
education is an ever evolving field. Yeah, it's changing every day, it's changing every time. So we must be updated, right? So
Exactly.
continuously learn and grow.
Awesome.
Try to build a positive relationship. Yeah, establish strong connections. So it's also important. Yeah. So me and you, we have a strong connection. We are always every now and then sharing things, right?
Exactly.
And be adaptable, flexible. Yeah, every student is unique. Yeah, we must respect them, the singularity in them. So be must be prepared to adapt your teaching methods and approaches to meet like students' individual needs, right?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's it. This is what I can think of.
Amazing answer. And just one last thing, man. Do you want to say anything else? Do you have any last words to anyone?
Um, yeah, I would say if you are for the teachers, if you are starting to this, if you are starting to teach, if you are willing to become a teacher, follow your passion. Okay, follow what you believe is true. Okay, follow what you feel is it's correct. Okay, for you and for your students. Okay?
Right. Right.
This is what and I always never stop learning. Okay,
Exactly.
and for your audience, I'd say Ben is a great teacher, so follow him.
Thank you so
I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have him as my fellow teacher, as a coworker. He's great. He's fantastic. He has what I mentioned. He has the love, the passion. He's always willing to learn more and more. So Ben is great. So please be his student. He's fantastic, and would be in good hands with him.
No, man, thank you so much. It goes both ways, man. I gotta tell you, I was just here absorbing all the knowledge that you were sharing. And I gotta tell you, thank you so much for being here, man. And I do not
Thank
just
you.
admire, I do not just admire your experience, the way you see the world, and the way you treat me, and you has been treating me ever since the first day. It's not just that, man. It's that you have discipline. You are focused on what you do. And as you said about me, I see in you this passion of evolving, and it doesn't matter if you are wrong now, you want to get better. So just tell me what I did wrong because I want to do it right next time. And that's the spirit, that's the idea, and that's what I like and admire about you, man. Thank you so much. Right?
Thanks a bunch, man. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, man. So have a great night, and I'll just stop recording. We're finishing. See you.